Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome back. In this video, I want to tell you why I love Astro, and you should too. If you haven't tried Astro yet, give it a try. But in this video, I'm going to show you why I love Astro, especially when it comes to building marketing sites that you want to build really quickly. If you take a look at their website, that tell you that Astro is best in class in performance, especially when you're dealing with SEO. And it literally says here, Astro is a JavaScript web framework optimized for building content-driven websites. And what's awesome, combining it with Tailwind, that everybody knows is amazing, you are able to build website quickly. For instance, take a look at this website that I have here that literally took me a couple of minutes to build, and you're probably wondering how and why I did this. Well, I will show you in this video in just a moment. And what's awesome, by combining it with a tool like a headless CMS and Strapi, for instance, this is still work in progress, but if you take a look at my Strapi instance, which allows you to quickly create a backend for your project, if you take a look at our content manager, we have our global setting. Currently, I have it set up where I have it pulling data for my top header. So if I wanted to add another link or change my logo, I could easily do it within my Strapi application. For instance, let me change it to the logo without any words. My cat's in the way, so I have to kind of look at my screen. And then let's add another entry. And we're going to say this is going to be another link. Let's link it to the Astro website. I'm going to say learn more about Astro. That's a long title. I'm going to say, yes, it's an external link, and I'm going to go ahead and publish my changes. When I go back to my website and refresh, notice that my logo changes and we have another link that's going to, my goodness, did I not put the right copy and paste? Let me go take a look here. And this is like super awesome here. Of course, this should be just HTTPS because it's not a local link. But anyway, look how quickly I'm able to just update the content very easily. I made a mistake. Anyway, we fixed it. And now look, it navigates exactly to where it needs to go. So one of the things why I love Astro is because there's, especially Tailwind, because there's a lot of awesome website builders or templates. For instance, I love Tailwind UI, which is pretty awesome. And what this allows me to do after you set up your Astro project, you could actually really quickly build out websites. So I went ahead, use this builder, and literally, for instance, let me just show you an example. Let's take a look at this. For instance, I want to go ahead and add this block, right? I drag it into my editor and I could export this whole project, or what you could do, and there's so many editors that allow you. Basically, the whole point is that you're able to easily just copy the HTML with the Tailwind. So if I go a copy and I go into my code, and let's say I go to my components and I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to call it new blog.astro, which represents the Astro file. And what I'm able to do, I'm able to just paste it in here. And what's awesome, it might complain a little bit. I'll say, hey, view box is not exactly what it needs to be. That's because you want it to be view box, because technically it's not straight up HTML. It's JSX-like syntax, but mostly HTML. So there might be like little things that you will have to do like this, like instead of preserve ratio, it should be preserve aspect ratio, camel case like this. So very easy, but notice how I'm able to just like use existing HTML, and with few edits, I'm able to go ahead and update it. So now my code stops complaining. Let's go to my page here, and I'm just gonna import the new blog, import it in. Perfect. And now when I go back to my website right here and I scroll all the way to the bottom, boom, I have my new blog section. And you could make this dynamic because in Astro, what you're able to do is very easily in the front matter, which is this portion here. I'm not going to show you in this example. I'm going to show you what I did, which is similar in my layout here. If I go to my base layout, notice here in the front matter, I'm able to literally just, let me make this bigger, literally just call a function that fetches my data, and then I'm able to pass it into my component. For instance, here I'm getting my header data, I'm passing it into my header component, and you could see here in my header component, I'm able to access the data that I get, and literally I just take that data, map over it, and boom, display my content. For instance, this is responsible for my CTA, this is responsible for my nav items, and this is my header here. And what's awesome, really quickly, especially if you want to build websites fast, especially if they're marketing websites, you're able to combine Astro with Tailwind to quickly find themes that then you could get started with. And so let's say I want to get something from Tailwind components here. Let's say I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to go to e-commerce store here, and let's take a look at this product list. I'm going to go ahead and copy the HTML here, which we have here, copy HTML, and inside my Astro app, I'm going to create a new file inside my components called products Astro, and paste in my code. And here we have our grid, and inside our grid we have our one t-shirt. Let's copy this and let's just do it 4 more times. And what's cool, after you get your UI done inside the front matter, like I showed before, you could fetch your data and update this to iterate through the items and add them here. And after we added our products, let's go back to our index page. Let's import products. Let's, right after our cart stack, add our products. I don't know why my autocorrect is not helping me out today. And now that it's done in our application, if we scroll down, boom, we got our t-shirts. And so one of the reasons why I love Astro and this approach is because it's just HTML for the most part. And it allows you to quickly find a template that you like, pick and choose, maybe use a page builder, and quickly copy that code, add it into your Astro file, and you're ready to go. And the reason why I like this is because using different page builders or finding a template that you like, you're able to really quickly scaffold your projects together. And once you kind of have your website with your data, you could either keep that data static, which then you're done and you're ready to go, or if you want to make it easy for a non-technical user to be able to modify your data, you could use something like Strapi. So taking a look at our project here, we just added a bunch of t-shirts, and if I wanted to make this content dynamic, I could quickly do so using a headless CMS. So if we take a look at this, we have our heading and we have our items. There's a couple of different ways to represent this. So taking a look at this component, if you want to represent this very easily, we have an image, we have the name, the price, and the color. And so in Strapi, I could easily create that. So I'm going to go into our content type builder, create a new collection type, and I'm going to call it products or product singular, and click continue. And our product, we know that it has an image. So I'm going to use my media. I'm going to call this image single media, click add tab. Then taking a look at our website, we have the name and color. Let's go here. We're going to add text, say name, and then add another field. We have color. For color, we could do text. We could use enums. I'm going to use text again just to keep it simple. I'm going to call it color. And let's add another field. Again, I'm just going to keep text for simplicity of it. This is going to be price. And add another field. What else we have? What else we have here? We have pretty much all of them. Name, price, color. So sounds good here. So back, I'm going to kind of click OK here because we don't need that extra field, name, color, price. So I have it, boom, save. This is perfect. Right there, I got it. It's pretty much done. So all I have to do now is expose that API by going to users permission roles. I'm going to say public, and we're going to say products. I want to find one and find all, click save. And if you take a look at find here, if we go to this endpoint, we're going to be able to get our products. Now let's go ahead, add some products. I'm going to go to products and I'm going to create new entries. So let me get some image of t-shirts, pixels. Let me go t-shirts, and let's save image as, and we're gonna say t-shirt 1. Let's do this one, save image as t-shirt 2. Let's do, you know what, this one looks good, save image as t-shirt 3. And then let's get one more. You know what, I'm gonna do this one, save image as t-shirt 4. And now that this is all good, what I'm able to do is go back to my Strapi instance, and we're going to create some products. I'm gonna add more assets, browse files, and we're going to add our t-shirts that we downloaded, upload. So we have one t-shirt. We're gonna say this is white, price is going to be $12.99, name white cool t-shirt, publish. Let's go ahead, add another product, create an entry. We're gonna add this one, finish, name cool black t-shirt. I'm gonna say color black. I can't spell. Price is going to be $15.99. Publish. Let's add another product. We'll do 4. You know, why not? We'll add this one. Finish. T-shirt. Camera. Whatever. Color white. Price. You know what? This is going to be like a super cool t-shirt. $99. I would never spend $99 for a t-shirt, but it is what it is. And finally, let's go to products. Create new entry. Add another t-shirt. And this one. I'm going to call this 2 t-shirts for 1. And price is going to be $15.99. And then color is going to be blue and white. And now when I publish this, what's awesome, we know that we have our endpoint here under public for products. We know if you want to see all of them, we just have to go to this endpoint of our local instance of Strapi /API/products, and notice that we have our products. Now you don't see the image, which is perfectly fine because we have to populate it. This is something that I'm going to show you within our code. But what's awesome, like bam, we got our t-shirts, right? And so now what I want to do is I want to make this part of my website dynamic. In my code, what I did, Strapi actually right now is testing out their new SDK. It's something new that they're working on. So what I did in my utils, I have the Strapi client. I basically installed the Strapi SDK from @Strapi client, and I point to my Strapi URL, which is currently HTTP localhost 1337. And now I'm able to use this API to get my data. So here I'm going to go into loaders, and I'm going to create a new endpoint, create a new function, and I'm going to call this get collection type. So we have single type, we have collection type, and we're going to pass a name and our params, which is going to be an object. And on this collection, we pass the name, which is going to be products, our params, which is going to be way for us to populate which items we want to get. And I just want to create this general method so I could reuse it. And now we're going to create one called sync. I can't type because my cat's sleeping on my keyboard. Function get all products. And what we're doing is we're going to get all of our products from our products endpoint. And for our image, which wasn't showing up, we want to say, hey, we want to populate our image, and the fields that we want to get is URL and alternative text. If we take a look at our Strapi application here, let me go back here, go to our collection type. Let's actually go to our content type builder, go to our products here. Our name, color, and price, these are top level fields, and they automatically get populated in our response. So for instance, if you go back to our API products, notice that we see the name, color, and price, but we don't see the image. If we want to populate the image, we actually have to tell Strapi, go ahead and populate the rest of the stuff and the images. And notice when I did populate star, it populates everything. And in our code, we actually said, don't populate everything, just populate the URL and the alternative text so we could use it if we had it. Now that we know our API works, we know that for relationships, which is an image, if I go here, for instance, anything that's a component, dynamic zone, or on media, it's a relation, so you have to populate the queries. And the reason why Strapi does this is to prevent overfetching and underfetching. So you only ask for the data that you want. Anyway, don't worry about it. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. So now in my code, that's basically what we did. We said, hey, return image field with URL and alternative text. Now that I have this, right, what's cool about this, let's go to our products component. And what you're able to do in Astro, right, you are actually able to run JavaScript inside the three little brackets like that. It's called front matter. And so we're going to say, let's get all products. And now what I'm actually able to do is just await all the products. And if I console.log the products, in theory, if I'm not lying to you, get all products is not a function. What the hell did I call it? That I'm not importing it from the right place? Utils loaders get, oh, I know why. Make sure that you export stuff. So in loaders, we define get all products, but we didn't export it, right? Get all products, now that's exported. We go back, let's that's all done. And then now, boom, we have our data, we have our products. I hate doing TypeScript, right? So I'll show you a little trick that I do. For instance, I just copy the response and I ask ChatGPT to create the interface. But for brevity of this tutorial, we're not going to worry about it too much. We know that we have our products. And now all these extra cards, I'm going to remove, right? I don't need them because we want this to set dynamically. So now if we look at my application, we're only going to see one card. Okay, boom. So I'm going to go ahead, take this whole card, copy it. You could create a separate component. For the sake of the things, I'm going to keep it super easy. And we could clean up the code. But we know that inside our response, we're getting data. That's where our products are. So we could do, let's do this like this. We're going to call this data. And then we're going to say const products equals data.data. And we'll do something like this. And you could also always do, I'm just doing it quickly. If no products will just throw an error. Like you could fix this later. I just want to kind of show you quickly. But now that we have our products, we could see that we see them in our console log here. Boom. And so now what we're able to do, you know, having TypeScript is nice because then you could do dot and like whatever. And so let's do that. So I'm going to go take this, right? I'm going to copy it and I'm going to say interface product. And what I like to do is I like to use cursor for what it's meant to be used for hating on TypeScript. I'm going to paste that in and then I'm going to say here, and then it should help me like autocomplete. So ID number, document setting, color, image URL, and then alternative text, right? Yeah, pretty much. There you go. Look, created at, deleted at. We have created at, updated, published, documented. Perfect. Boom. And now I have my interface and that is pretty cool. And now say that our product, it's going to be product array. Boom. Nice. And so now we're giving some typing. You could do the typing better. I'm just showing you the quick and dirty way. And so what we're going to do here, we're going to say products.map. And here we're going to return a function, which is going to have our HTML. And here, I don't know what the hell this VS Code trying to tell me here. Dude, you're not telling me the thing that I need. Take it easy. I need to disable cursor because right now I just want to paste in the snippet that I had before. Perfect. And so now I just posted that snippet that we have. So here, dealing with the image, the way Strapi stores images, depending if it's local or stored, let's say an SW3 bucket, the URL will change. So to kind of help with that, I have a little util function here called get Strapi media. So we're going to go ahead and import it. import get Strapi media. And for the URL here, we're going to say get Strapi media. We got product.image.url. And how do we know that? That's because of our awesome TypeScript, right? We got dot like image dot alternative text. If there's no alternative text, we say no alt text. And then we have product name, product price, product color, and boom. So what we did, if you were able to follow along with this, is we defined our loader. We used the front matter to call our loader, get that data, to which we have an access down here in our JSX like syntax, and then we literally just iterated through the products and used our code. So now if I go back to my website, in theory, and refresh, if I go back here, notice we have all of these t-shirts. And this is why this is sick, right? Look why this is sick. I go to content, I go to, products, and I want to add another product. Let's get another image. Scandalous thoughts here. Team. No, let's go this one where all people look happy. So let me save this image as, we'll say t-shirt 5. And now I'm going to go back to my Strapi application, create new entry. Let's import, let's add a new image, add more assets, browse files. We called it t-shirt 5, open. Now upload image. Yep, sounds good. Now we're going to say group t-shirt and then color all types, right? And then price, we're just going to say this is $5.99, super special. Click publish. And now when I go to my Astro website and refresh, boom, look, we have our dynamic content. So I just showed you quickly how you're able to quickly build a website using Astro, Tailwind, find a page builder or any HTML library that you like, and literally copy and paste the code. Once you have the code, you are able to, in Astro, inside the front matter, write any JavaScript that you need that fetches the data. There's other patterns of doing this, but I'm showing you the most simplest one. And then you're able to just write your JavaScript, iterate through the products or your data, and render it to screen. Obviously, there's more complex things you could do, but notice how in this long, drawn-out video that if you made it this far, God bless you, we took a look how we were able to take an HTML template. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Take the HTML template very easily, and we were able to add it to our application. And using something like Strapi, we were able to create our product's content type with all the different items we wanted. We exposed that API, we added our products, and then boom, we were all ready to go. Now, I didn't think I was going to show you the demo of how to set this up, and I will continue to make more Astro demos because I really do love Astro. So for me, if I were to freelance, obviously there's people that need Squarespace. You let them work Squarespace. Some people want more custom stuff, or some people need something specific. And I hope that I showed you how with using Astro.js, Tailwind, a theme that you could find that you could edit, or using a page builder to quickly build out your HTML, and using something like Strapi, a headless CMS, you're able to create that backend really quickly. And today you saw how I was able to quickly create my products entry, and we were able to easily push it to our website. And to me, that just blows my mind, because if you're a freelancer or you're building things, like the most important thing, you want to get to your end product as quickly as possible. So instead of building everything from scratch, I'm a big believer using frameworks like Astro or Strapi, headless CMS, to allow you to move quickly. So for me, my two primary frameworks that I use, and if you don't know why I like Next.js a lot, I don't, but that is my preferred framework. It just is. If you don't know why, I'll put a video here that you could watch to know why I use Next.js. But when it comes to marketing websites, informational or corporate sites, Astro, so easy, so fast to build. As you saw me do here, and it's just amazing. And so if you're trying to figure out when to use what, for me, I love Astro for simple, quick websites. There are more marketing informational sites. If I'm building something which needs a little bit more functionality, for instance, coding after 30, it's a new project I'm working or reworking. For instance, here I have like login, you could log in, you could view courses. Like this is a little bit more complex. You could watch your courses. Like this is a little bit more dynamic. So for this, I could have used Astro, but for me, Next.js just made building this type of project much easier. But if you're building like 80% of websites online, there are agency websites, marketing websites, or business websites, Astro is definitely the way to go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you didn't, I don't care. I'm just kidding. I do care. I will cry if you don't like this video. No, because if I say that, then no one's going to like it then just to see me cry. Just believe me. But anyway, with that being said, thanks a lot for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.